Hi my beautiful people, welcome to another episode with me, Marcia Nyango, also known as the Folk Philosopher. And today we'll be talking about take life as is, not as it should be. Thank you for joining me on another episode. If you like something, if you learned something, if I just entertain you, can you like, share, subscribe, and comment? We much appreciated. As always, let's get right into it. So take life as is, not as should be. Point number one today is don't play fair in an unfair world. As one of my favorite people, Shara Seven, says, don't play fair in an unfair world. Living life as it should be means that you're trying to play fair in a very unfair world. And by as it should be, it means every time something happens, especially something negative, you start saying, oh, this is not the case, it should be like this is not fair. The moment you find yourself using the words should be, and this is mostly in thoughts, most of the times when life is unfair, it never really comes out into the physical world. It's something that we mostly think about. This should not have happened to me. This is not fair. This should have been the case, this should have been like this and like that. So if you find yourself thinking as it should be, change your thinking to it is. It is unfair. This is the situation. This has happened to me. And because I didn't have the power, because I didn't have the money, because I didn't have the connections, be as honest with yourself as you can be. So thinking as is stops you from playing fair in an unfair world. Unfortunately, we all have to learn how to play unfair. We all have to learn to call it as it is, call a spade and not a big spoon. And it is not easy because as humans, we do want justice. We like justice. That's why most movies, most TV shows are geared towards the end, the right thing happening, people getting justice. But in the real world, that is not the case. Not everyone who is guilty actually gets convicted. Not everyone who is bad gets what's coming for them. Karma doesn't actually work the way we'd want it to. So learning to see life as is and accept it as is will help you to not play fair in an unfair world. The second one is it saves time and energy. It saves you from regret. It saves you from complaining. It saves you from wasting time. It saves you from wasting energy. Taking life as is and not as it should be makes you a very effective person because you realize that this is the case. This is the situation. How can I make the most of it? How can I change it? How can I make it better? How can I make it work for me? So when you stop the narrative of this should be the case, the government should support us, the government should not steal from us, my boss should be nice to me, my boyfriend should not cheat on me, all these are should be's, all these are the ideal situation. But if you look at the situation as is, which is that human beings are selfish, people are disloyal, people will lie to you, people will cheat you, people will scam you, you start taking the most effective route that saves you time, energy, money. And as the case should be is that people should not scam you, people should not cheat on you, people should not lie to you, steal from you, all those things. People should not take advantage of you, but they do and they will. So if it is happening that is the case in whatever situation you're in, face the truth as soon as possible. Start saying this is the case, this person is lying to me, this person is cheating on me, this person is stealing from me. And once you start saying the situation, taking it as it is and seeing it as it is, you'll be able to take the necessary action to stop whatever is happening, to change it, to make it better. And thus you'll be able to save time, money, energy. So always look at the situation as is. What is happening? Is this person truly a good friend? Is this truly a good working environment, a healthy working environment? Is this a good romantic relationship? Is this a good familial relationship? So look at things as they are. Is this a good country? Is this a good government system? So once you see that that is not the case, stop living in wishful learn and make the necessary changes to get you to a better situation. And the third reason why you should look at things as is so that you can improve them, so that you can become the best version of yourself. You cannot change if you do not face the situation, and wanting things to be a certain way as they should be, even with yourself, even from a personal level. Sometimes you see yourself as you should be, not as you are, and that stops you from changing, it stops you from growing, it stops you from evolving. So you need to look at yourself as clearly, as honestly as possible, and it's not easy. It takes time, energy, money also. If maybe you need to see a therapist, someone from an external point who can give you the honest truth, because being honest to ourselves is not always the easiest thing. So you need to see yourself as you are, so that you can see what needs improving, what needs changing, what can remain the same. And this helps you improve. You need to see your environment as it is. Stop clouding your own vision. Sometimes we live in such a bubble. For example, you can think your finances are okay, but you're surviving on debt. You can think your environment is okay, but it's genuinely dirty. Like, the environment you stay in is genuinely dirty, but because in your mind you're seeing it as it should be, you keep ignoring it, and this prevents any kind of change. Even where you walk, the relationships you have, sometimes we see them as they should be, not as they really are. And it is not easy to see these things as they are, because that means change. And as humans, personally, I don't like change. I don't like to change things from what they are. It is easier to just be comfortable with the things as they are. So for you to improve, for you to change, for you to even move to a better environment, a better country, to seek a better relationship, you have to accept things as they are. And the last but not the least point is that when you see things as they are, you become a stronger version of yourself. You become more confident, you become more at peace, you become more silent. You stop arguing unnecessarily, you stop fighting reality, you start accepting more, you start taking people as they are, you become a person that is more at peace. And on this channel, we are always aiming for a life that is peaceful, a life that you have chosen 100%, and that you can live through with ease. And the moment you see things as they are, not as they should be, you make peace with a lot of things. Some things are in our control, but most things are not. And if you see them as they are, you stop fighting them. If you can change them, well and good. If not, you learn to accept them sooner rather than later. And this gives you a lot of peace of mind. It gives you time, energy, money to focus on yourself and what you can actually change. So self-actualization, reaching that pinnacle of a peaceful, happy life, whatever happy means for you, means accepting things as is. So live in a world where things are the way they are, not how you want them to be. And remember that should be is different for everyone. What I think is the ideal situation most of the time, sometimes, or actually sometimes, might not be ideal for someone else. So taking life as is, or the situation as is, allows you to make the best out of it. And remember, what is ideal for you is not ideal for the next person. So reality is what it is, and the moment you accept it, you're able to change it, make it better, and get the most out of it for yourself and your loved ones. So thank you for joining me on another episode. You learned something. If I just entertain you, Kindly like, share, subscribe, and comment. Be much appreciated. See you.